One of the teams to which we have to pay more attention for the next season is Hendrick Motorsport. This is one of the most successful NASCAR teams, and when it comes to winning championships, they are no strangers to the feat. Chase Elliott won the Cup Series in 2020, and the previous season was really excellent when it came to the performances of Elliott and Larson. That is why many experts believe that they will be the team to beat in 2023. As they provided further information on what we should be on the lookout for from this team. Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott will enter the 2023 season battling for the second title. And this will definitely be one of the top stories that we're going to witness in the upcoming season. On top of that, the fact that the previous season went so well for them, with Elliott having a better season compared to Larson, goes to show that the Hendrick Motorsport drivers aren't looking to stop anytime soon. According to Clint Bowyer, who is a former Cup Series driver and currently works as a NASCAR analyst, neither of the Hendrick Motorsport drivers are going to be the number one guy for the team. However, he feels that both are certainly capable of holding that position, and they will be ready to take on the challenge, whatever it contains for them. They both can't be the number one guy, and that's a dangerous thing, but I think both of them are certainly capable. Hendrick Motorsport, however, could go from hero to zero really quick if both of the drivers don't understand the role that they've been given. Intra-team rivalries have never been beneficial, and healthy competition can quickly devolve into a toxic environment for the entire team. And HMS isn't a team that doesn't understand these rivalries, as they've experienced one before with Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. According to Bowyer, the rivalry between Larson and Elliott is going to be the same one as Gordon and Johnson have experienced in the past, with him further adding, "When you're in the same organization, you have the exact same cars. That's when it's like the Jeff Gordon-Jimmy Johnson rivalry. I believe that the toughest rivalry that we have in our sport is right in between those walls at Hendrick Motorsports." So, what kind of season did Elliott have in 2022? Driving the number 9 Chevrolet was clearly beneficial to the 27-year-old driver, as he won 5 races, including the first at Dover Motor Speedway. Later up in the season, Elliott had an incredible run of 3 wins and 2 runner-up finishes in 5 races. Elliott was also one of the final 4 drivers and finished the season in 4th place in the championship standings, which just goes to show that he is a real threat for the 2023 championship. Apart from scoring 5 wins, Elliott scored 12 top 5s, 20 top 10s, 3 poles, and led for 857 laps. During the regular season, Elliott was the most dominant driver and had the most wins compared to all of the other drivers. While we are eager to see Elliott in action in the Cup Series at the Daytona International Speedway on February 19, 2023, we cannot help but wonder what kind of rivalry he will have with Kyle Larson. After all, Larson isn't a driver that you can just throw under the bus and run over, as we've seen that he can also deliver top-notch performances when that's asked of him. Although a bit older than Elliott, the pair is definitely set for greatness in the next season if everything goes according to plan. Larson is looking to pick up the pace a bit and have a better season, while Elliott is looking to pick up where he left off and be a part of the championship for yet again. Everyone that watches NASCAR knows that Elliott and Larson are 2 of the most active drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series and are also currently the top 2 drivers in HMS. Both of them would look to win their second championship title, and that is why they have been in the news so much regarding winning their second championship title. Clint Bowyer has continued to speak about these 2 drivers, and while he remained respectful for the other 2 drivers, Alex Bowman and William Byron, he emphasized the importance of the presence of Elliott and Larson for HMS in 2023. I don't want to take anything away from the other 2, but the first 2 are both champions and, in my opinion, the best drivers in this sport. Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. As long as you have those 2 bullets behind the chamber, I'm telling you, you're going to be dangerous. I think Hendrick Motorsports is just fine. And if there is one team that could provide Larson and Elliott with the winning car, that is definitely HMS. Not just from what we've seen from Elliott last year, with him being the best driver in the regular season and entering the championship 4, but also from Larson's performance. Larson scored 3 wins in 2022 compared to Elliott's 5. And in the debut season with the next-gen car, HMS clinched 5 wins in the first 11 races and overall scored 11 wins during the 36-race campaign. It's a team that definitely has the chemistry and the power to make changes, which is definitely going to be something to which we'll pay more attention to in the upcoming season. We talked about Elliott's performance in 2022, but we haven't mentioned anything about Larson's performance as well. The number 5 driver has scored 3 wins, 13 top 5s, 19 top 10s, 4 poles, and led 635 laps. It's truly something that speaks for itself. And the fact that he's looking to bank another championship after the 2021 one speaks volumes for how dedicated this driver is. Now, of course, there is the incident with Bubba Wallace that could have left a mark on Larson's confidence because he had no idea that the 2311 racing driver would retaliate the way he did. After pinching him to the wall, a technique that we've seen numerous times in NASCAR and one that shouldn't even be mentioned, Wallace crashed immediately into Larson's back and took Christopher Bell out as collateral damage. When both drivers got out of the car, Wallace started to push and shove Larson, with the champion reacting just like he should, calm and not causing more trouble. Had it not been for the stewards out there, Larson would have gotten the thick end of things. All of that is in the past now, and when talking about this matter, Larson said that he and Wallace had talked it out and now they were ready to move on. After all, they're good friends, and situations like this shouldn't keep them from racing, as even the president and general manager, Jeff Andrews, has stated. However, he was a bit more cautious with the expectations, adding that there was still room for growth as he spoke. We want to continue to advance our race teams and our performance. I think as we saw at the start of 2022, there were some teams that came out of the box and were strong. We were one of those teams. As the season went on, there was some times when we weren't the very best out there. We were still good. Again, we had a great year in 2022. Hendrick Motorsports is one of the teams that suffered with the dynamics and the modern-day issues of the next-gen car. As we remember the crash of Alex Bowman at the Texas Motor Speedway in the round of 12 opener, Bowman has suffered from a concussion, but unlike Busch, he was unable to return to racing after 5 races. NASCAR is making modifications ahead of the 2023 season to soften the impacts to the back of the car in the event of a crash. Andrews understands that there is still some work to be done in the factory if they want to win the Cup Series yet again, after doing so in 2020 and 2021. While talking about this matter, Andrews said that one of the things that the team wants to work on is consistency throughout the season. And now that the drivers and crew chiefs have had a season under their belts in the next-gen car, there are certainly a lot of things they are working on and are looking to be changed. As a company, our goal we always have is to win races and to get our cars into the playoffs. Your ultimate goal is to have all 4 of your cars in the Championship 4. But it is a tough industry. It is a very competitive industry. Certainly, something to put on the board right now is to have all 4 of our cars in the round of 8 and at least 2 of our cars in the Championship 4 at Phoenix. With that being said, it's going to be a very interesting period ahead for the HMS and for all NASCAR fans. And we are sure that no one would mind if Larson or Elliott won one more championship in their careers in 2023. What are your predictions for the HMS and the 2023 Cup Series? Let us know in the comments below.